hard slog up in Gold Coast, but were there signs that you saw that are making improvements that you need for the finals for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought it was a pretty strong performance. I thought both sides had really tough conditions to play, and it was always going to be just a small margins game. But some of the stuff we were able to do in contested balls and entries and stuff, we had a lot of ball in our forward half, which is a really positive sign for us. But we've now got to bring that to life again on Friday.
How far off do you think you are from your best form?
Oh, look, I'm not sure. It's the honest answer. I think we've been playing the last couple of weeks. We've been back in some really reasonable form, but we haven't had. Last week was really hard to judge. So we'll wait till Friday night, and hopefully with a full house, we'll be able to see our best form.
Heading into September, what's more important? Where you can get yourself on the ladder, or finding that best form?
Playing well Friday night's the most important thing. It's still a couple of rounds to go, and we just need to play really well Friday night. And that's the first question is, where are we at with our form? And we'd like to see Friday night a really strong performance, and that's what we hope to get.
How are your injuries, Ken? I mean, Tringove, Mongafree's, are they likely? Or?
Yeah, no, they'll all be okay and should play. So, the only one that would be, if any doubt at all, would be Hamish, and I think there's very little doubt that he won't be there too. So, we expect to have, for the first time, bar our long-term injury blokes, even Campbell Heath's back this week, we'll have, 41 out of 44 players available. So it's really healthy.
So good luck or good planning?
Oh, that's good management. That's Burjo and the medical team have done a great job to get everyone back in shape that we need them.
How much does that mean to you, confidence-wise, knowing that you've got a full pool of players to pick from?
Oh, it just gives you a little bit of comfort, I suppose. That because combative sport that we play, there's probably going to be another injury or two that comes along our way, and we just got a healthy list that allows us to cover those people.
Is that harder or easier than a selection with your best team available?
Oh no, it certainly allows you to pick as close to good form players as you possibly can, and the Magpies are in good form again, and that certainly helps us. So it just puts us in a position where we can feel like we've got a number of players available to select from.
It's your only Friday night game of the year. Is it important, apart from everything else, to put on a good show to hopefully be in more of those going forward?
Yeah, I think you earn that. I really do. I think you earn the opportunity to play in Friday night football, and this is our one and only chance this year, and hopefully next year we'll get a few more opportunities. But we'd like to make sure that we're going to have a full house there. There's only 1,000 tickets odd left to go for a sellout crowd, and that'll be really good for us. But we then need to make sure we play some really strong football as a result of all those things, so we can get more of them.
What have you made of the Blues? They looked very dangerous last week.
Yeah, in really good form. There's no doubt about that. Their midfield's in really top form, and they've got some great class in there, and their Waite's in form up the other end. They've just got a really good balance. You can just see they've been building right through the season, and now they're probably as in good a form as they've been in all year, I'd say.
Is that good for you guys to sort of get a side that's in peak form?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we need to play against a high quality opposition every week, probably, to make sure we can keep getting our game back to the level we need it to be.
You talked a bit about that last year, wanting to play the best teams going into the final. You've got Freo next week as well. I guess you've probably got the perfect preparation on that logic.
Yeah, well, I suppose we've got the opportunity to play. We've been, as it's been said, we've been a little bit out of form, but we've had the right opportunities now to get ourselves back into form, and playing against Carlton is a great opportunity. We've seen them again last week play really well against the top four side. We expect that they're going to cause a lot of trouble for us if we're not at our best.
Matty Broadbent said yesterday that he feels that you guys are better placed than you were at this time last year, even though last year it seemed like you were building more towards the finals. How do you see it?
Oh no, I think we've certainly improved. We've improved a little as a football club. There's no doubt about that. Right as it sits right now, with 2 rounds to go, we've won one more game than we won in the home and away season. So I suppose that says that we've improved slightly. We've had our challenges through the season like we did last season. So as a whole, I suppose I'm going to sit back and review the whole season once it's complete, and to make too many just comments now about whether we are or we ain't better really does me no good to start talking about it, to be honest.
Montfrees always seems to have a bit of a niggle. Are you worried that he might be a bit underdone going into finals?
Oh, look, we hope not. I mean, Gus was really stiff last week. He was, a minute and a half to go before the game, he was playing, and so, we're pretty confident that his body. We managed his body 4 or 5 weeks ago to get him back to the shape that we want him in, and we're hopeful that will be the case, and this week he gets to go out there and play and, build himself into some really good form.
Was it another, with him, was it one of those sort of, if it was do or die, he might have played?
No, he was just not in the right shape to play. It was just, he just couldn't possibly do what he needed to do as an AFL footballer. So, like we've done most of the time, we took the risk away. Luckily enough, we had Youngie up there, and we were able to get him back on the cab, and we were right to go.
You talked a bit about the Blues midfield before. When you look at who to stop in there, there's Murphy's the skipper, obviously a great player. Gibbs is in really good form. How do you go about deciding that?
And you forgot about Judd.
Judd's all right, isn't he?
Yeah, he goes okay. So, oh no, it's midfield against midfield. It can never be as simple as, you have to stop one player or two players. It's about making sure that, our team collectively is stronger than theirs over the course of the night. Now, that's going to be a challenge for us. So we'll have some opportunities to try and control some of their players as they will for us. So we'll just have to make them count.
Homps did a really good job on Franklin a couple of weeks back. Waite's, I guess, a similar kind of tall, mobile kind of player. Does he go to Waite?
Wait and see, but it depends on their positioning a little bit too. I mean, Carlisle's our full-back pretty much, and Homsey's been playing almost centre-half back for us, so it just really depends on where they play. Homsey did play on Waite in round 1 and played okay on him, but we didn't have Bobby there, so we'll wait and see what they select, whether they're a bit taller, whether they're a bit smaller. We'll see on when the teams come out.
Ken, you got the same score reviewer that the Crows had last week, and the AFL's conceded there was a mistake made. How much of a concern is that to you, that there's an official who made a blue and he's on deck again?
None. No, it doesn't worry me. I mean, I hope that the gentleman or whoever it was doesn't make a mistake, but I'm sure he didn't deliberately make a mistake if that's the way it's been viewed. I haven't seen it, so I haven't got very little comment to make about what happened, but I just trust the AFL will get it right.
Do they need goal line technology here in Adelaide? They've got it at the MCG and at Etihad. Do we need to boost the technology here to try and get it right?
I don't think there's any doubt about that. The better you can make things, the better the result will be. And if we can do that, that will make it a better and fairer competition, I suppose. And if that's what you need to do, that's what you have to do.
I want to ask you about the sub rule. Got a bit of airtime this year. What's your this week? Sorry, what's your take on the sub rule? Would you like it next year, or would you like 4 on the bench, or?
I think when the sub rule came in, it came in to make it fairer if you did have a game-ending injury, and I think that was really worthwhile. I think that certainly the stats would tell you that makes a difference. Now, to say you take the sub rule away, me as a coach, and I'm sure the players the same, would like to have every player available for the whole game. But if I do get a game-ending injury, it's nice to know the opposition haven't got an extra player out there, a fresher player out there. So it doesn't count for very much, but it's a small amount that can add up at the end of the game. So if the sub rule's not there, we'll deal with it like we have with the sub rule being there. I'm not too fussed about it. I think the players are more the ones who prefer it not to be there.
Okay, Rog, this is for you, buddy, and the Motor Neurons people. Mate, I noticed you did it in the beach. We're doing it hardcore. Let's go, boys.
Here we go.
Right, here's the call out. We need Dylan, Lewis, Nova legend. We want Kirk Pengelly, our mate from InXS, Never Tear Us Apart, and the guys from Rudimental. You got to do this.
Here we go.
Go, mate.
Whoa! Whoa! That was fun. That was fun. Now, for me, Michelangelo Rucci, Friday night live in front of 50,000 people at Adelaide Oval for a sellout crowd. We get you. Tommy Harley live on Friday Night Football. We're getting you. And also, the rest of my coaching team, including Darren Burgess, tomorrow morning at training at Adelaide Oval. You're getting done too. Welcome aboard.